जस्टिस बीजी कोलसे
हमने नहीं कहा कि आप ईश्वर की अल्लाह की पूजा मत करो, हमने नहीं कहा कि उनके खिलाफ कुछ बोलो, हमने इतना ही कहा कि हमारा विकास हमें करना होगा और हमारा विकास जनशक्ति खड़ी करके ही करना होगा। और जब तक आप नए सिरे से नहीं सोचेंगे और जब तक इनका मुकाबला हम नहीं करेंगे तो हम जस्टिस फॉर पीस की भाषा भी नहीं कर सकते।
चाहे वो क्रिमिनल जस्टिस हो, चाहे वो सिविल जस्टिस हो, चाहे वो जस्टिस ह्यूमन लेवल पर हो, you have to deal justly if you expect peace to prevail.
जस्टिस होस्बेट सुरेश।
So today, if you want peace in the society, we have to have justice.
The next question is from Muhammad Ayub. He says, पुलिस जब इनोसेंट मुस्लिम्स को ज़बरदस्ती इल्ज़ाम लगाकर मौका लगा देती है, तब ऐसी सूरत में गरीब मुसलमान क्या करें?
इनोसेंट मुस्लिम्स जबरदस्त से लेके लगा देती है उसको. So yes, it happened. I still remember of the two railway 7/11 जुलाई 11 को जो बम ब्लास्ट करके रेलवे में हुआ 2 बरस का पहला. I know large number of people were Muslims mostly rounded up by the police, and some of them came to me and told me they were just kept inside the police station without any charge. That is wrong. That's fundamentally wrong. Police have no right. I went to the State Minority Commission. I suggested how the Minority Commission can act. I suggested that Minority Commission should have one helpline. किसी को जबर से पकड़ा, Minority Commission को टेलीफोन करो, उनसे हेल्पलाइन का फायदा ले. This is one suggestion which I gave. Another suggestion which I gave was give a sort of authority to young lawyers like Solkar and others. And whenever anyone is arrested in any part of the police station, anywhere, the parties must be told to contact the lawyer. The lawyer with authority from the State Minority Commission should go to the police and ask for how did you arrest this person, look into the records and so on. I tell you, unfortunately, the State Minority Commission did nothing. ये तो हम दो दफ़े एक्सप्रेसली हम खुद जाके माइनॉरिटी कमीशन को बताया, हेल्पलाइन शुरू करो, एडवोकेट अथॉरिटी दे. ये तो बहुत काम हो सकता है, लेकिन माइनॉरिटी कमीशन like our human rights commission, they do very little work. That is the unfortunate part of it.
The next question is from Brother Abdul Wahid. He's an MBA. In the last 6 months, we have seen 64 bomb blasts in India. Initially, Muslims are blamed, but now the truth is exposed. In fact, this was clear from beginning. Why it is being declared only now? Is it political pressure or any other reason?
I do not know. ये तो अभी जो इनको अभी they have arrested a large number of people, whether under political pressure or not. I do not think so. I remember in 2006 में मलेगांव में जो हुआ, थोड़ा टाइम के बाद हम खुद गया था उधर एक टीम के साथ, and we talked to the local people, and we found Muslims had no role in the Malegaon bomb blast in 2006. I talked to the inspector, the person who's in charge, Raghuvamshi. He would not agree with me, and my impression was this is being done deliberately. But now, of course, things have changed. You see, series of bomb blasts have taken place. इसी वजह से अभी इंक्वायरी तो होना चाहिए, but not under, police are doing something not under political pressure. Political pressure का एविडेंस नहीं है. ये तो हो रहा है, ये अच्छी बात है. See, what equally good thing is, people are not, there is no panic amongst the people. People are not afraid. अगर बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट हुआ, next day normal life है. There are some groups who want to divide the people. That division is not taking place. That's a good sign. अभी सब लोग बॉम्ब ब्लास्ट होगा, कुछ भी होगा, next day normal life चल रहा है. इसका मतलब those who are indulging in bomb blasts are not getting what they want to do. They are not succeeding.
The next question is from Brother Abdul Wahid. He's a BE. He asks, recently during Amarnath land allotment uproar, all the people of the valley were denied basic needs for several weeks. How can they fight this injustice basic against them?
This is exactly the conflict that is going on in Kashmir. हम बहुत बरस का पहला एक मीटिंग में हम बोला था उस टाइम पे. I posed a question. What do you want from Jammu and Kashmir? You want the people or you want the territory? अगर आपको territory चाहिए, ये तो होने वाला है. Killing goes on. There are different groups with different things. अगर आपको people चाहिए, you want the people, then you must change your policy, change your approach. What is required? That people's rights have to be recognized. I also remember about 4 years ago, 8 women came from Kashmir to Bombay. And one was a doctor, one was a professor, one was a teacher, social activist, सब इधर आए थे. And उस time when they landed at the airport, they said, "Behind, see this kind of thing." And unfortunately, in many cases, even the courts are not giving relief because they are charged under some section here and there. And this is an unfortunate part of it. And we have been protesting against all arbitrary arrests of this kind, and we should not be encouraged.
Brother Gyasuddin Patil, he's a CA, is asking the question, we understand that ordinary person may be communal, but when the learned judges give their judgments based on communal hatred, then how can we believe in our judiciary system?
Yes, this is the question. Very often I say, going to the Supreme Court is like going to God. अगर God नहीं बोला तो क्या कर सकता है? This is a situation. Today we are, in many cases, that's what I say. See, your human rights are violated by the court. And can you go against the Supreme Court? Answer is no. Though American courts have said the fundamental rights are binding on the courts. Our judges have said in 1955 that our courts are also bound by human rights. But that judgment was overruled in 1967. So इसका मतलब क्या होता है? The courts do something, sometimes, of course, you have a right of appeal and so on, appeal. But beyond that, nothing can be done. There are a number of cases where the courts do injustice, and sometimes you are totally helpless. This is exactly what's happening in this country. Okay.
There are two questions which are common. One is Zakir, a medical student, he's asking, why does the Indian judiciary system take so much time to solve the case, even when police claims that they have lots of proof against the victims? Connected second part of another question is it possible to establish a platform where justice is given within a stipulated time frame and not dragged on for 10 to 20 years?
ये तो, I'll tell you why it is getting so much. 1987 में लॉ कमीशन के एक रिपोर्ट है, and they said the total हमारे जज लोग कितना है? They said it is 10.5 judges per million population, and they said to clear the arrears lot of cases pending. They said within 5 years, our judge strength should go to 50 judges per million population. And by 2000, they said the judge strength should be 200 judges per million population. अभी हम 2008 में है, हमारा जज स्ट्रेंथ कितना है आपको मालूम है? It is still 14 judges per million population. तो इसका मतलब क्या है? हमारा देश में इतना जजेस नहीं है. We require 200 judges per million population. We have 15 judges per million population. These are fundamental things, and you can't help it, you can't. And all these judges talk, oh, we'll do this, we'll do that, and I think they are not doing anything. And second reason is, today, the efficiency of the judicial system is slowly going down. Various reasons are there. And for example, in our days, if I could finish a case in half an hour, today there are judges who take 2 days to decide the case. This is also one of the things we have to consider. There are many things we have to do in the matter of appointment of judges. We have a procedure which is not very satisfactory. We have to select judges in a bit different way. We have to select judges who are more efficient, more competent. So many things are there. But the police, again, other question, police, they collect evidence, but what they collect, material, that should be proved in a court of law. And that may take its own time. Therefore, no time can be fixed for a case to say it should be done in 10 days, 15 days, or a month. It takes its own time. But I think more in England, I tell you, ordinarily, a criminal case in England gets disposed of within 6 to 8 months. And extreme 1 year, the case is disposed of. There was some years ago, they found that these cases were delayed beyond 6 months period. And they immediately felt, oh, this is too much, cases can't go on like this. And therefore they appointed additional ad hoc judges immediately to bring backlog down. That's how they are concerned. They immediately do it. We have just neglected for years together. Nothing can be done.
This Mirza Amir, he's a B farm. He asks, what is the criteria for applying a ban on any organization? Is there any difference between Simi and Bajrang Dal?
Of course, there is a ban against Simi. I have always felt that Unlawful Activities Act itself is against the Constitution, and that should be struck down. You see, that unfortunately is not taking place in this country. You see, under TADA, there was a provision for banning so many things, which I had opposed TADA law also at that time. TADA should have been struck down. Unlawful Activities Act should be struck down. Because under Unlawful Activities Act, what happens is, you are a member of an association, and you may not be doing anything wrong. You may be sitting with them, talking to them, or you may be just a member without doing any act of crime. And overnight, the act becomes unlawful, and then you are arrested, and injustice is done. Now, as far as Bajrang Dal is concerned, we have always been demanding that then of course there can't be an exception as far as Bajrang Dal is concerned. We have said in Gujarat में rights हुआ, उसके बाद myself, Justice Krishnaiyer, Justice Sawant, Teesta Settlement, ऐसा हम एक citizens committee बनाया था. We went there. I was in Gujarat for 16 days. Collect a large number of material. We brought a report called Crime Against Humanity. It is known all over the world. You see, all over the world it is known. Crime Against Humanity. We have exposed the entire government. What government has done, what Modi has done, everything we have said there. And we have also found evidence show how people have been killed with that trishul. We have said that. And that has been used by Bajrang Dal and others. And we had suggested even at that time that should be banned. They should be put behind bars. But unfortunately, Gujarat government was not doing that. Now I don't know what kind of justice is going on in Gujarat.
Sir, last two questions. Many Hindu fanatic parties are putting pressure on the judiciary and the ATS with regards to the Malegaon bomb blast case. Is it right? What will be its consequences?
It is wrong. It is wrong. You can't do that. Police are investigating. You see, let them investigate, let the material come. That's why I said when Advani other day made a statement expressing his shock at the barbaric treatment given to the Sadhvi. I said, first of all, we don't know what treatment was given. We have no evidence. And it's not the time to get evidence. Evidence comes before the court. The police are collecting material. And to openly say by a leader, and that too a leader of opposition in the parliament, who thinks he could be the next prime minister of this country, openly says the police are doing this, police are doing that, and so on. And I think it will have an adverse impact on the investigation. And I think no politician, no one should do that. In fact, you see, acting in this manner interferes with the process of criminal justice system. And I think we cannot tolerate that. This is what I felt. Yeah.
It's an important Dr. Amir is asking, इंडिया में मुस्लिम को कहाँ तक सही जस्टिस मिल रही है? In India, how far is justice being given to the Muslims?
Now this is of course, I won't be able to answer this. Justice be given to the Muslims through a court of law? I don't know any case where the court has shown a bias against the Muslims as such. There could be, I may be wrong. But I don't think in that sense, very difficult to answer. Just because a Muslim person is there, has he been denied justice? There's a one question. I don't think there is any truth in that. Of course, I don't say judges are not communal. Judges are communal. Some of their communal bias do come in their judgments, in their reports and so on. But by and large, our judges are not like that. I don't think. But I can tell you, for example, in the matter of gender justice, for example, you see, when a Banwari Devi case, what happened was a judge, session judge, who was trying the case, the charges were against upper caste people. And they had raped that lady, and she had fought. She is a leader amongst the Dalits, and she had fought. And when the case came to the court, the judges said, the session judge said, we can't believe that upper caste men can commit rapes on a low caste people. Now this is a clear bias, because that has been challenged, the matter has gone to the higher court and so on. We have judges who have shown bias in the case of Dalits, for example. For example, I can tell you, there was one judge in UP, he was a Dalit judge. He was session judge. He was transferred from that court to another court. The next judge was a Brahmin judge. He was appointed to that court. And the Brahmin judge brought Ganga Jal and sprinkled on the court, because earlier a Dalit judge had said, because this is again a bias. But I have not yet seen judges doing injustice only because the persons involved are Muslims. I have not yet seen that. Okay?
This is the last question before we do give you your rest as promised. This from a student of the Islamic International School, Naif Ansari. He is saying, Assalamu alaikum. May peace be on you, Justice Hosbet Suresh, sir. My question is, who according to you is terrorist number one in the world and why?
This, of course, I think I had said in one of these meetings earlier, Bush was terrorist number one at that time. Of course, I don't know there are many others who could be called as terrorists. This is what I said at that time, and I think I maintain that.